Hello friends, that is the first video on the complete video series on the command line interface or the CLI on Linux. Now the first question is why we should use or learn the CLI instead of the GUI, that is the graphical user interface. Now graphical user interface is good for some of the tasks but not for all of them. Whereas CLI provides faster responses for most of the tasks we do day by day, such as programming, coding, or some type of critical task. GUI may be user friendly, but whatever task we are running using the GUI, CLI is processing at background. Now to be familiar with the CLI, we have to learn about two terms. The first one is known as the shell and the second one is known as the terminal. Now what is a shell? A shell provides you with an interface to the Unix system. It gathers input from user and executes programs based on that input. When a program finishes executing, it displays the program's output. Shell is an environment in which we can run our commands, our programs and the shell scripts. Now what is a terminal? A terminal is a tool which we can use to pass our shell commands. This is a program which opens a window and lets we interact with the shell. Now there are thousands of Linux flavors available. Here we are using the Arch based MANJARO. Now let's start working with the terminal. Press Ctrl Alt T. The terminal window opens. Let's close it, or you may use the icon here to open the terminal. Now the terminal is open here, that is the default GNOME terminal. Now what shell it is running? We may use PS, -P and $$ to find out which shell is running by the terminal. Here press enter and you should find that the shell is running here, that is ZSH. Now for the complete video series I am using another terminal that is called the GUAKE, and that is that one. Why GUAKE or GUAKE terminal? Because it has so many options you can configure. Let us check once again what shell it is running. The same command, that is PS -P and then $. Press enter and you should find that the shell it is running, it is bash. Now before we proceed to the terminal, once again we have to say about the file system on Unix. In Linux, the file system is in the hierarchical system. They are organized in a tree-like structure. The main directory is the root directory, and under this directory all the other directories and files are residing. If we open the file manager here, suppose that is the graphical user interface file manager. Now you should find the home is here. That home is practically for the user, and in the other locations there is a computer, that is the root directory we have in the Linux system. Let minimize the file manager here, and we are working at that moment with the terminal. Let's start with the terminal. The first command we are using here, that is PWD, that means the present working directory. Let's press enter and you should find the present working directory is the /home/sumandas/desktop. That means the user Sumandas is here, and under the folder or directory Sumandas there is a directory that is desktop. Next most common command we use in the Linux system, that is called the ls. What ls does? Now ls lists all the files and folders present in the current working directory. Let's press enter. Here we are finding that these files are present and the blue color name is practically defining a directory. Another one, that is new book 1 folder or directory. Let's check what is really in the desktop folder. We may check from here, that's home, and then in the desktop folder. Then we can find the allies.txt, that is a file, large.txt, that is another file, and new2.txt, new.cpp, homes.txt, new1.txt, and shakespeare.txt. These files are present here, and the two directories, that is the shell and new book 1. Let we use another very common command in Linux, that is the cd, that means the change directory. Now we have a directory shell is here, so we are navigating to the directory that is shell. So that is cd shell and press enter, and we are now in the shell directory. If we press ls here, we should find that there are three files, and if we check it from the file manager, that is right, the hello.sh, the new, that file, and the new.txt, that file is also present in the shell directory. So that is the introduction to the video series command line interface or CLI on Linux, and how we should proceed with the video series. In the next video, we will discuss on the ls command, that means the list of the files and folders present in the directory.